Hey folks, it's BestInSlot, and in today's video we are going to take a closer look at some pretty awesome work on E750, i.e. Scorpius Rex. We're going to just call it E750, it's a better name. Now, we're going to base this partially on the official image, and this is official that went around the internet, a week or so ago, and didn't manage to cover it on the channel, but we do have some brand new concept art of the creature, which we're going to take a look at right now, basically, and that's what you're seeing in the thumbnail. Now, everything about this dinosaur should still be taken with even official images should be taken with a grain of salt until the show is actually out, but this is the best stuff we have to go on. So first I'm going to show you the official image, so I'm just going to give you a brief little warning here, bum bum bum, just in case. And if you haven't seen it already, this is that said official image. Now, Universal, if you're watching this, you cannot shut me down for this image. This is out there publicly on your products. It is literally found on toy shelves right now. You are not allowed to copyright strike me for this. It's against the law. Leave me alone. Right, so what we're looking at here is our first proper look at the updated toy for E750, and this was found, I can't remember the exact product, but there is I think it's like a T-Rex or something, there's a dinosaur from Jurassic Park out there on toy shelves, and this image was found on that toy packaging, so it's out there in the public, and it is a pretty good sign that this is pretty official, that this is as official as it's going to get, because it is already out there in the world on officially licensed merchandising. Of course, things can still change, but we can take a lot from this initial design. Now, I just wanted to show you that before we hopped on to the next phase, because this is the next phase over here. We'll come back to that in a sec. This is some art by Rafe Herrera Lomatan. I'm going to link their art station down below. Definitely go check it out. They do some incredible work on dinosaurs in general. Just awesome stuff. Like, they did work for the dinosaur novel Primitive War, stuff like that. Just go check out their art station if you're into dinosaurs. And Rafe Herrera Lomatan is an official concept artist for Camp Cretaceous. They did... I'm going to show you this image here because it's adorable. But this is some concept art they did for a baby Myosaur. Myosaurus was meant to be in Camp Cretaceous. And they did a whole series on baby dinosaurs. And eventually these would get replaced by Bumpy in the original program. And I think the idea was simply that you can't have too many baby dinosaurs that would take away the cuteness of Bumpy. And Bumpy was super cute. Now, so it is worth mentioning, if you go on Rafe's concept art page, he has a section for client work, which is where you find this huge host of Camp Cretaceous stuff, all from like the original season. And then this, which is meant to be, of course, E750 / the Scorpius Rex, is in a critter section. It is not in the client section. That said, if it was a singular image, that doesn't tend to be stuff he puts in the client section. And what I'm trying to say is we don't know if this is official or not. People have asked him and reached out. We don't have an answer quite yet. If I had to hedge my bets, I'd say this is probably his interpretation, but given that he is an official concept artist for Camp Cretaceous, and he has worked on the show before and may well still be working on the show, I would say this is one of the best looks we're going to get at the dinosaur, full stop. And failing everything else, it's an awesome, awesome piece of artwork that maybe shows how the dinosaur could come into Camp Cretaceous in a little bit more of an impactful way. So I want to talk about that in a second. We'll bring up the original image, because people saw this and people were not overly impressed, because it kind of just looks like a Indoraptor. there's some differences here. We've got the sort of the where's my mouse? There we go. We've got the sort of bones kicking off the back of the legs. The stripe is gone and it's now like this big yellow underbelly. The head has more like an abelosaurid sort of shape. The quills are gone. Instead we have something that resembles more sort of armor plating. There's a little bit of proto-feathering on the back of the arms, although they're still sort of long and alien-esque like the Indoraptor. And of course at the very back we have these spines. Now we do believe that the E750 is going to be venomous to some extent. Like these, I don't think they're going to be firing off, but I suspect it can whip this tail around a little bit and the spines will leave venom. If I had to wager a guess right now, we'll have a scene, it'll whip its tail around, a spine will come out into the wall, and the kids will inspect it later and they'll see this sort of green liquid dripping out, because I think that's just such a cliche of filmmaking and TV making. So anyways, I think these are meant to be the poisonous spines. So there's a few differences, but it does kind of feel like a knockoff Indoraptor in some ways. It's not brand new, and people have been kind of scrambling to try and make it a little bit more interesting to look at. And whilst I don't think this stops it looking like an Indoraptor necessarily, I think the differentiation, particularly in the head shape, it's much bulkier, it's thicker. It does look, I say rather hesitantly, it does look more like a real dinosaur, I would say, than the Indoraptor did. The Indoraptor really pushed that alien, scary aesthetic, you know, the unnatural body shape and the way it went up and down. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm doing like a wibbly wobbly. You know those inflatable tube-arm men you get at like car salesman show things? Yeah, it's like one of those basically. And the Indoraptor had that, you know, kind of, instead of this natural dinosaur shape, it kind of went like this. And the E750 just doesn't have that same kind of approach. It feels much more like a staunch, solidly built dinosaur. But if it looks anything like this in the show, and we can see here, as protofeathering, I mean, it is very, very close. We've got the protofeathering there on the back of the arms. We've got the quills on the tail there in the background. You can see the abelosaurid shape in the head and the armor plating, sort of keratinous plates down there at the back of the back, along the spine. That small red eye, very similar to the red eye we saw in the trailer for Camp Cretaceous Season 3, where it was looking up at the fire. So all the details are spot on. The underbelly is not as strong as I expected. I don't know what I've built here. It looks like a weird superhero. But I would have been surprised. I think this may have some saturation, or because of production, whatever. I think this is quite strong. I think it's probably too yellow. Now, it could be a callback to the Indoraptor, because of course the stripe on the Indoraptor was that kind of pure yellow was that pure yellow colour. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what it turns out in reality. Is it more like this, or is it more like this? I'll get rid of tell you what, let's get, there we go. But yeah, either way, really, really exciting to see it sort of come to life like this. And if this is how it appears in the show, if this is how it feels in Camp Cretaceous, it's going to be absolutely terrifying. There are rumours floating about what Camp Cretaceous Season 3 is going to be about. Is it Season 3 one? Yeah? Season 4? Season 3 is going to be about. And I think E750 in this, I don't want to go too far into details because that's not what the video is about, and I like to keep my spoilers video specific, but in this very chaotic environment, E750 roaming around in the dark, in the rain, is going to look pretty cool. And I will say, I wasn't a big fan of it based on the toy, but we're going to get more images pretty soon. I imagine we're going to get a trailer pretty soon, which probably reveals the dinosaur and leads into the unveiling of the toy lines as well. And I think it could be pretty damn effective. And I do have a soft spot for Camp Cretaceous, so maybe I'm being a little bit biased, but it does have Indoraptor feelings, but it's a mid-sized black theropod. I think it was always going to have theropod, Indoraptor sort of tendencies, but you know, I think I can see it. Yeah, I'm on board. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. This isn't, you know, this is just a chill video. It's not much of anything, I'll admit. But yeah, nice little look at this. Again, a shout out to Rafe Herrera Lomatan. Definitely go check out. I don't know why I did a Lomatan. Rafe Herrera Lomatan. Definitely go check out their art station. If you enjoyed this video, please do throw me a like down below. Comment down below. Do you like this image of the E750? Are you excited to see it come to life in Camp Cretaceous Season 3? Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you folks very soon. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.